Breaking news, everyone. Millions of direct deposit payments, retirement payments, and bank accounts will be frozen starting March 20th, 2026. Now, if you didn't know, there's been a big bank change and update and rules that will affect these payments and bank accounts. And if you don't know what you need to stop doing now in order to protect yourself, you can be caught off guard. Now, in this video, we'll be talking about what you need to do to protect yourself from this happening to you and how you need to prepare. Now, give me your opinion. Do you think all these heightened bank rule changes are necessary, or do you think this is a level of control? Drop your opinion in the comment section. Now, on this channel, we talk about credit. And if you like that kind of information, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you go to my website, you can download this free heart inquiry removal package for free. The link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. Now, this change is taking place in banking when it comes to NACHA. Who is NACHA? NACHA, formerly called the National Automated Clearinghouse Association, is the organization that manages and regulates the ACH payment network in the United States. The ACH network is the electronic system banks use to move money directly between bank accounts. Now, what are common ACH payments? Are payments like your payroll, government payments like Social Security, and even payments from business to business and peer-to-peer payments, mortgage payments, any of those payments that automatically come into your bank account or that's paid out by a business is under that umbrella of an ACH payment. In short, ACH payments are payments that's moved from peer-to-peer, business to business, or paid out without checks or credit cards. What NACHA actually does, NACHA does not move the money itself. Instead, it creates the rules banks must follow for ACH transfers, sets security and fraud standards, oversees compliance for banks and payment processors, develop improvement to the payment network. Now, understand, banks must follow their rules whether they like it or not, because if they don't, they can be hit with tough penalties and fines. So the banks must make these upcoming changes slated for March 20th. And here's the updated changes that's being made. What's actually changing on March 20th, 2026? Number one, mandatory fraud monitoring. Banks and companies that send ACH payments must now implement risk-based fraud detection systems. They must monitor ACH transactions to detect unauthorized payments, payments made under false pretenses, scams, suspicious patterns, or anomalies. These monitoring requirements apply first to banks, large payment senders, payment processors handling 6 million plus ACH transactions per year. Secondly, banks must monitor ACH credits. Large receiving banks must implement systems to identify suspicious incoming ACH deposit. Example, banks may flag unusual payroll deposit, sudden large ACH transfers, multiple accounts receiving identical payments, payments linked to scams or mule accounts. Thirdly, standardized ACH descriptions. Certain ACH transaction must now use standardized descriptions. Transactions require descriptions. Payroll deposits, e-commerce, debits, purchases. This helps banks quickly identify payment types and detect fraud patterns. Who will be most affected? These rules mainly impact payment processors, fintech companies, business sending ACH payments, payroll providers, banks handling high ACH volumes. The reason for this update, because there's so many scams going on now, especially when it comes to big businesses. They've been getting emails, and it looks like internal emails from someone in their own company telling them, hey, send this payment to this vendor. They don't know it's not a scam. So they go in and send the payment to the vendor, and it was actually a scam email. And even with romance scams, these types of scams are where the participant themselves are actually sending the payment, but where the payment is going is to a suspicious account. And so now what they're being held liable from banks, many of them will deny, saying that, hey, since you initiated that payment, hey, that's on you. You know, we knew the login was correct. You passed the different gateways that we have to actually send you a text and a code and to verify that it's you sending the payment. So our hands is washed of it. Even though you were scammed, we did our best efforts to stop the scam for taking place. You initiated the payment. And since you initiated the payment, hey, we're obliged to go on and send the payment. But now the rules are changing because they're saying, well, what about this account being received these payments? If you have a suspicious account getting a number of payroll payments, so an average person working one job should not be receiving 10 payroll payments coming into an account in a week or even multiple times a month. That account needs to be flagged as a mule account, because with these scams, they have to initially send it to an account and then that account moves that money. So banks, even for now receiving money into accounts, are now held responsible, because the ones that sending the payment out, of course, if it's you passing these security codes, there's no way they can detect that this is a scam. But the bank receiving the money should be able to detect this suspicious activity in these accounts that's receiving all these different large sum payments. And one of the indicators is these accounts generally, once the payment come in, move the payment immediately. So now they're putting banks on the hook to even monitor different bank accounts incoming payments. So what does this mean for you? Not only could your payroll and your payments from these government agencies and these payment processors be on pause, especially if you work for a large company or even companies like ADP, payroll, that send out a number of ACH payments. Your payments can be flagged on that company's end. Maybe not you directly, starting March 20th. Their accounts of sending that money out is going to be on high alert and watching them. So this can cause a delay to your payments that's being sent to you from payroll processors or your company if they send out large ACH payments. Also, if you're getting Social Security and different government payments, those accounts can be flagged also. Now, additionally, banks are going to have more scrutiny even on your account. Now banks monitor our accounts even more tightly for anything coming in. So what that means for you, if you have irregular payments coming in or a large new payment or start a new job, this can get your account shut down and flagged. And banks can take a really long time and freeze that account for sometimes days or even months with that happening. And so they're going to really watch over new accounts and any different activity coming in and even out of your bank account. So you need to know what you need to stop doing right now to protect your account from being flagged. And many a times when they flag your account, banks don't tell you why in detail. So here's some steps to protect yourself. Number one, make sure that you're not putting all your money in one bank account. Spread your money around just in case your account get frozen. Also, you want to have credit card lines, things that you can use as a backup moving forward. So if your account is temporarily frozen, you have access to funds so you can survive, even go grocery shopping for that day or that week, and you have a credit line. Now, with my elite credit system, users like Sean was able to increase his credit score within 6 months from a 612 credit score all the way with his credit scores over 770. And now he's at a 803 credit score. Now, if you need my help and need a one-on-one consultation or want to join my elite credit system with my AI software and credit coaching, the link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section, because it's important that you have lines of credit that you have access to just in case of an emergency. Additionally, watch any payments that you have coming in. If you change employment or your job, maybe you want to go into the bank and let them know, hey, I'm changing employment, and bring some evidence with you so your account is not flagged. And if you have checks or a large deposit coming in from a lawsuit or any other source, if you sell your home, you need to call in and talk to the bank or maybe walk in, because those kind of payments will get flagged. Or even if you have a refund check with your tax returns, make sure that you watch out for that just in case your account get frozen, because that can even look like an irregular payment coming in and can flag your account for suspicious activity. So moving forward, we're going to see a lot more of these accounts getting frozen, and newer accounts. You guys need to watch out because they are going to be even on higher scrutiny. Or if you have an older account and you don't get much activity and you switch over your payroll, you need to contact the bank and make them aware, because that new activity can get that account frozen. So make sure that you know about these new changes and be aware on March 20th, and maybe even have some cash taken out to the side so you can prepare for these changes by getting a fireproof safe even at your home. Now, I hope this information was helpful. If you have questions or comments, you can leave it in the comment section. More detailed questions for me, you can go to my website, and all your accounts go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.